let's listen to AKHI AYMAN. This guy, I think he's trying to act like the fake
Prophet
Jesus.
Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam stated.
Don't you see that he looks like the fake Jesus? Do you know the Jesus I'm talking about? The white man Jesus. AKHI AYMAN, the gangster sheikh.
And listen to this very, very carefully. Every single person in my ummah, that's every single one of us here, will be forgiven except for the one that sins publicly and openly.
What did he say? What was he saying?
Because the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam stated.
This is what they do. Always the Prophet said. Always the Prophet said. You remember Muhammad hijab when he was saying, the Prophet said you can lie, even if it is black lie.
What?
This guy also now, he's sitting down, he's going to lie, and he's telling you the Prophet stated. They cannot prove this.
And listen to this very, very carefully. Every single person in my ummah, that's every single one of us here.
He says, the Prophet says, every single person in my ummah. Then he said, that is all of us here. Because the Sunnis, I think they always think the Prophet belongs to them. This is what the Sunnis think. Sunnis always think Prophet Muhammad belongs to them, not more than even the Arabs. The Sunnis are the same ones claiming they will be under the flag of the Prophet, as if it's a football match. So they consider themselves the Ummah of the Prophet. Listen to the statement he's going to say.
Will be forgiven.
He says, everyone among the Ummah of Muhammad will be forgiven. Now listen carefully.
Except for the one that sins publicly and openly.
So everyone will be forgiven except the one who sins, who commits sins publicly and open. What is this guy telling you? So these sheikhs, they are hiding and committing sins. He's telling you from the hadith that the Prophet said all the people from his ummah will be forgiven except the one who commits sins publicly. And when we tell you the sheikhs are hiding and doing all the bad stuff, you think we are joking, we are lying. When we are telling you the sheikhs are hiding to do all the evil things, you think we are lying. They get all these things from the hadith books. This is what he is telling you, that the ummah, the Prophet says all his ummah will enter Jannah. They think Jannah is just easy for you to go and take and chew. You go and enter Jannah like that. So everyone will enter Jannah. Why? Because you are hiding your sin. Okay, let's go and check the Quran. Chapter 7 verse 33. God says, Kul. He's telling the messenger to say, Kul. This is how this mushrik contradicts the prophet. God asked the prophet of the Quran to say, Kul innama harrama rabbi al-fawahisha ma zahara minha wa ma batana wal ithma wal bagya bighayr al-haq wa an tushriku billahi ma lam yunazzal bihi sultanan. Then he says, wa an taqulu ala Allahi ma la ta'lamun. Say, my Lord only forbids obscenities, what is apparent thereof and what is hidden. God is not only forbidding public sins, he is even forbidding what is hidden. Do you understand? And he says of sin, he forbids obscenities, what is apparent thereof and what is hidden of sin. So if God forbids both public sins and hidden sins, you are sitting in front of the people, the fake Jesus, you. So the fake Jesus is telling you that the prophet said. They will never give you a reference. This is what they do. They don't give you the references when they say these statements. They don't want you to go investigate and check the lies they speak. So he is quoting from their fake sunnah, and then they are telling you that the prophet said all people from his ummah will enter Jannah except the one who sins publicly. So meaning you should be hiding your sins. The sheikhs, do you see why they are hiding to sin? So according to them, the one who is sinning publicly. Oh no. I don't understand how their logic works. Let's go to his next video.
My dear respected brother, my dear respected sister, please understand that you will enter Jannah only through Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy.
What?
You're not going to enter Jannah because of someone else's opinion. You're not going to enter Jannah because this person thinks this about you or that person thinks that. No, bro. You're going to enter Jannah through Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam stated this. The companions replied, look at even you, Ya Rasulullah, even though you're the best of creation, even you. He said, even me, I'm going to enter Jannah through Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy.
You heard he was playing a nasheed at the back. So the dumbest things they say is coming from when they are playing the nasheed. So he says, Wallahi, nobody will enter what? Jannah except by God's mercy. Is that what God says in the Quran? That nobody will enter Jannah except by God's mercy. Is that what he said? These people, they don't want you to do the real righteous works to achieve your goal at the day of judgment. They want you to rely on what day the sheikhs tell you. So you think that is Islam? No. That is not Islam. You listen what he said.
My akhi, my dear respected brother, my dear respected sister, please understand.
He's playing the nasheed. He's begging you to understand what he's going to say. Please understand, please. Even if it doesn't make sense, you have to understand, right?
That you will enter Jannah only through Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy.
So you will enter Jannah only. Listen to the word. We are speaking English, right? Only. O-N-L-Y. Exclusively through the mercy of God. That is how we are going to enter Jannah. So it is no more about your righteous works. This is what he's saying. I'm going to show you the contradiction.
You're not going to enter Jannah because of someone else's opinion.
You are not going to enter Jannah because of someone else's opinion. No problem. That one I agree.
You're not going to enter Jannah because this person thinks this about you or that person thinks.
You are not going to enter Jannah because this person thinks this about you or that person thinks this about you. That I agree.
No, bro. You're going to enter Jannah through Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy.
So he says you are going to enter Jannah through God's mercy.
The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam stated this.
He says the Prophet Muhammad stated this. They don't give you reference always.
The companions replied, even you, Ya Rasulullah.
And then the companions of the Prophet look at him and said, even you, Ya Rasulullah, even you yourself, you are only going to enter paradise with the mercy of God only?
Even though you're the best of creation.
Even though you are the best of creation?
Even you. He said, even me.
Then he said, even me. Okay.
I'm going to enter Jannah through Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy.
He says even he himself is going to enter inside Jannah from God's mercy. So it's no more about the works you do. We are going to check the Quran. First of all, if you go to Surah Al-Zalzala, that is chapter 99. Then you go to the verse 7 and verse 8. Now before verse 7 and verse 8, I'm going to read verse 6. يَوْمَئِذٍ يَصْدُرُ النَّاسُ أَشْتَاتًا لِيُرَوْا أَعْمَالَهُم. Then he says, فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خيرا يرى ومن يعمل مثقال ذرة شرا yara. God says on that day, that is the day of judgment, mankind will issue forth. You will come forward, dispersed to be shown their deeds. Ashtatan liyiraw, to be shown amalahum, their deeds. Whoever does an atom's weight of good will see it, and whoever does an atom's weight of evil will see it. We are going to see how a person will enter Jannah. Chapter 39 verse 60. And on the day of resurrection, you will see those who lied about God with their faces blackened. Is there no abode in hell for the arrogant ones? Verse 61. And God will rescue those who were pious by their achievements. No evil will touch them, nor will they grieve. Does the verse say God will rescue the pious by his mercy? Why did he ask you to believe and do righteous deeds? Because the righteous deeds are going to save you when you come. It's just like a worker. You work in a company. You only get your salary based on the hours and achievements you have done at work. That's how the boss is going to use to pay you. If your boss is going to only pay you by mercy, I don't see why he should give you a fixed contract. Are you resonating with the logic I'm giving you? No need to give you any contract to do. You just have to tell you, go and do your thing. I'll just put you in give you the salary regardless. Go and do your thing. Just believe in Mohammed. They come and get the salary. This is what the Sunnis will keep telling you. He is telling you only the mercy of God will put you in Jannah, whilst the Quran is telling you otherwise. These people venerate their garbage books over the Quran. Wallahi lazim, that's why I call them hadithiyus. Even if they are against you, the one following the Quran, they will only quote hadith to prove their point. You say, you are a kafir. The Prophet spoke about people like you in the hadith. If you ask him, where? In our hadith, the hadith of the Prophet.
Akhi, you don't believe in hadith?
You say, oh, the Quran is the hadith. He says,
the Quran is not hadith, akhi. Wallahi. The Quran is not hadith, akhi. Quran is hadith? No, akhi, you are lying, wallahi.
Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, that's the hadith. Look, their own imams, their own sheikhs, their own scholars, when they are going to start their khutbah, when I say khutbah, the public address, the speech, they will say, Inna asdaq al-hadith kitabullah. The most truthful hadith is the book of God.
Inna asdaq al-hadith kitabullah. The most truthful form of speech is the book of Allah.
This is what their sheikhs tell them. But because they are sheeple, they don't even understand the Arabic their scholars are saying. The most truthful or the most honest of hadith is what? The book of God. This is what their scholars tell them. You never heard any scholar, seen any scholar saying that? You pay attention.
Because nowadays they're wearing abaya, Allahumma barik. But they got this belt across their waist. Why are you trying to show your figure, man? A woman that shows her figure would not come 500 years close to Jannah, bro, because she's showing her figure. How about that? This is a hadith. A woman that is clothed but yet naked. What does that mean, bro? A woman that is dressed modest but yet you can see every figure. For what? Who are you trying to fool? And you got thirsty brothers. Oh, mashallah, sister. Assalamu alaikum. Am I lying though?
He thinks he's saying something wise, very wise, right? The sisters he's talking about, it's not as if they are naked. It's not, they are not naked. There is a statement which says beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. There are some women, naturally, when they dress, you will see the contours of their body, meaning the shape of their body, based on the style of dress. I'm not saying they should wear too much revealing clothes. Revealing means to be naked, like to show naked parts. When a woman is wearing a t-shirt and she's not wearing a blouse, if she has big chest within a breast, it will be protruding and it will be showing. So there are style of dress that she has to do to look at least moderate or modest, because modesty is important. But what is his main point here? His main point, some ladies wearing the belt.
Sisters nowadays, they're wearing abaya, Allahumma barik.
It says the sisters wearing abaya. When we say abaya, this long robe, the gown that they wear, the robe. And then he says, God bless, Allahumma barik, right? Okay, so, oh God bless, right?
But they got this belt across their waist.
Then he says they got this belt. So he's been observing, he's been watching also.
Why are you trying to show your figure, man?
What? And he says, why are you trying to show your figure, man? Are you talking about man or women? I'm not saying he said it.
Why are you trying to show your figure, man?
He says, why are you trying to show your figure, man? You are talking to women. You don't need to say man. Why are you so gangster like that? AKHI AYMAN. You are talking to women, you are saying man. AKHI AYMAN, you've been watching their figure, eh? You said that the prophet said, if you want to sin, you should not sin publicly. So you've been watching it secretly. Hey! And then you are telling them why are they showing their figure, man? You are calling them man again. They are women, not man.
A woman that shows her figure would not come 500 years close to Jannah, bro.
And then he's going to put the lie as a seal, as a stamp on the statement. A woman that shows her figure will not come 500 years closer to Jannah. How? Ladies and gentlemen, let me show you the contradiction in his statement. He says a woman that shows her figure will not come 500 years to Jannah. 500 years. You yourself, how many years have you lived on earth? For you, 500 years away from Jannah. Why? Why? Please, AKHI AYMAN, please stop making things worse than they already are. First of all, you tell them, don't stop showing your figure, man. You call them man. They are women. You call them man. I don't know why you are using the gangster language for the women. But let me show you the stupidity in your statement. I take you to the Quran now. He said a woman who shows a figure is not going to enter Jannah. So now, you know the story of Adam and his wife, right? So Quran chapter 7 verse 19. Oh Adam, you and your mate should dwell in the garden and eat from wherever you both desire, but do not approach this tree, then you will be of the transgressors. But the devil whispered to them both in order to show them what was concealed from them of their bodies. He said, your Lord did not forbid you from this tree, except from becoming two angels or being among the immortals. Verse 21. And he swore to them both, indeed, I am of the advisers to you. Verse 22. So he indicated them by delusion. And when they tasted the tree, their bodies became apparent to them. And they immediately began to cover themselves from the leaves. So which means they became naked. And then they start to cover themselves with the leaves. If you take leaves from the garden, how much can you cover yourself? If it is a woman, she will take the leaf and cover her breast and take another leaf maybe to cover her ass, or maybe I don't know, because she doesn't need to cover the front, it's already under there. So she will cover her ass. So imagine a woman holding a leaf to cover her breast and a leaf to cover her backside. Okay, now there's a reason why I'm quoting this verse to you based on what this guy said. And they immediately began to cover themselves from the leaves of the garden. And their Lord called them both. Did I not forbid you from that tree and told you both that the devil is a clear enemy to you? So based on what AKHI AYMAN said, and also concerning the Queen of Sheba, when she came to Prophet Suleiman, she was showing her shin. But now we are talking about a woman, he is saying showing her figure, any part of her body. The women he is talking about, the sisters, it's not as if they were showing their body. They were wearing a belt. They wear a belt. Even the Somalia ladies, the ladies I know, they wear a belt so that you can see their shape. So you saying that they show their shapes, it is going to take them 500 years away from Jannah. So how about the wife of Adam? When her body became apparent to her and she was using the leaf to cover herself, what will happen to her? So I think hers will be like 2,000 years away from the garden again. Is that what you are telling us? But this is the logic they get from their hadith books. And they pass on laws which doesn't exist in the books of God. But I don't know how it makes sense to them. So which means, according to the verses I quoted, the wife of Adam became naked and then she took the leaves to cover herself, which means she will be 2,000 years away from the garden again. But they believe in the hadith. The hadith tells them all this and they believe it. And these same shuyuks, they are watching videos, they watch movies and they see women wearing bikinis in the movies. They are okay with that. But you are here condemning the sisters because they are wearing belts. Let them show some figure a bit, because the guys need to marry them.
You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
If they start dressing like ninjas, who will see their beauty to marry? You tell me. If the sisters are hiding all the beauty there under the ninja, you tell them to wear burqa and whatever, who will see them to marry? You, AKHI AYMAN, look at yourself. You wear makeup, you dress your hair, you put gel in your hair, you try to look handsome. The sisters are trying to beautify themselves also to get a market for somebody to come and marry them. You are now telling them not to wear the belt. So let the sisters dress. We are not saying they should be naked, but what is the belt has to do with anything?